Hi, I'm Jennifer Adams, and I'm with the Center for Global Education at Capital University. Thank you for your interest in our intensive English language program. Capital is proud to have offered this program for over 30 years. The intensive English program is designed to help students improve their English skills so that they can move on to further academic programs of either Capital University or at other universities. Some students may also choose to use this as development of their English skills for professional purposes or for their career purposes. The program is intensive. It's 20 hours a week of in-person class time. And students are taking a reading course, a writing course, listening, speaking, and grammar. Classes are during the week, usually starting at 8:30 in the morning and ending at about 2:30 in the afternoon. It's a non-degree program of the institution. However, students in the intensive English program have access to all of the other university privileges. So they may access resources within our library, student tutoring, our gym and sports center, and also all of our student activities. So we welcome you to apply, and if you've got any questions, feel free to contact us at cge@capital.edu. In this video, you will see examples of how to apply for Capital University's Intensive English Language Program. Please follow the steps, and you will have an opportunity later to upload the documents that are needed to review your application. I am going to go into Capital's website, capital.edu/international. And what this does, it takes you to the application page for all international students applying to programs. Even if you're a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, you would go ahead and apply for the Intensive English Language Program in this method. So you go to ESL program, scroll down a little bit here, and you can see the button here, Apply for Admission. And when it comes down to this drop-down menu, what you want to do is to pick the Intensive English Language Program. You put your first or your given name, and then here you want to pick your country of residence. So if you're US, you can pick that. But for most of you, what I would suggest doing is picking whatever your home country happens to be. If you've got a region, you can go ahead and put that as well. And then we'll put your email address. If you've got a family member or friend emailing you, it's important to put your email address in this box so that you will get the messages about what to do next. Your birth date. And then you want to put your primary citizenship. Again, this is a drop-down menu. And this is important because if you're a student needing an F1 visa, there are additional documents you have to supply. And if you are a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, or you do not need an F1 visa, there are different documents that you will use. So it's important to get this correct. And then it's going to ask, are you a permanent resident of the United States? In this situation, I'm going to say no. And these are not required fields if they don't apply to you. You do have to read through this in regards to financial responsibility. You read through what it asks you to read through for submission. You go ahead and type in your name, then you hit submit. So what this means is that our responses have been submitted. It doesn't mean that you're finished with the application once you get to this stage. So after you've done the first part of submitting your application, you're going to receive a couple of email messages from Capital University. And with one of those, you're going to have to go in and set up kind of like your account. And again, this email will not come right away. It may take a couple of hours. It may take a day or so, but go back in. If you don't see it in your regular email or inbox, go in and check your spam or your junk box to make sure it didn't get stuck in there. So at this point in time, I've got my email message that says, it says kind of like the next steps, which is submitting our official documents and the $25 application fee. So I hit this link. I remember my username that I used, which was the email address, and then I have a PIN that I'm going to have to put in as well. So I'm going to copy this PIN. So I've got it, and I'm going to go directly into this link. I'm going to put in my email address, and then I'm going to put in that PIN, and I'm going to hit login. Please enter your temporary PIN. That's that same PIN again that they gave us, and then the birth date. Okay, so now I have to create a new password. And so you want to follow what they're suggesting over here, which is at least one capital letter, one number, it must be 12 characters, and the new passwords must match. So it's a good idea to maybe write some of this down. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the documents that you're going to need to upload for your application. So if you are coming in as a student on an F1 student visa, then the documents you're going to have to upload will be your transcript, what's also known as a grade report form. This should be whatever is your latest grade report form. So if you did university level work, put in a university transcript. If you completed high school and didn't do university, put in your high school transcript. If you did university, you don't have to do both. Just put in the most recent one, which is the university transcript. And then if it's not in English, we need to have you get an official English translation. So you would be uploading 2 of those documents if your transcript is not in English. The other document you need to upload is your passport. This would be the picture page of the passport. If you are in process of getting your passport, you don't have that, then send the office an email to let us know that, and we'll go ahead and review your application while we're waiting to receive that passport copy. The next thing that you need to upload, it's 2 documents for financial certification. This is an affidavit of support form, and this indicates who's going to be providing the sponsorship for you while you're studying, and you can have more than one affidavit of support form. Then there needs to be a bank statement that goes with that affidavit of support form from the same person. It should not be a bank letter, but a statement from the bank. It should be no more than 3 months old. It should have the account holder's name on it, the date, and then it could show the transactions, but it needs to show the balance. You also want to keep this information because you will need to bring it with you to the U.S. consulate when you apply for your F1 visa. If you are not coming here on an F1 visa, you do not need to provide us with a copy of your bank statements and the financial affidavit of support form because you're not applying for a visa. We also do not need to have a passport if you are a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. If you are here on another status, please do go ahead and upload your passport as well. Now, at this point in time, I can upload different documents. So what you can do is on your computer, you will hopefully have your transcripts listed. And what you can do is it will ask you what these documents are. So if you think if they are your transcript, you would put the transcript. You would go in and choose a file. And then I'm going to hit upload, and it's going to upload the document. Once we've uploaded all the documents, it's important to pay the $25 application fee, which can be paid by either using a debit card or a credit card. You won't be charged until you submit at the end. So then you would hit the continue button, and then you'll have a button in which you can submit your entire application. Once you put in your credit card information, you do need to accept the terms. You will need to put in your account information. Hit continue again. So once you've hit your payment information, you should get a screen that says your payment has been completed successfully, and then you would move over to hit continue. So after you've submitted your fee payment, probably the next day, it's not going to show up immediately. You want to go back into that email to make sure that you've got all of your documents submitted. So go back to that original message that you got from Capital University where it gives you a link to check your status, and you click the link. So now I'm looking back at the status page of my application, and I notice that I've turned in all of my documents. There's a green check mark next to them. If there's not a green check mark, that means those documents are still missing. And perhaps they're documents that you wouldn't need to submit if you're not needing to come in on an F1 student visa. Please continue to check your email regularly because the admission counselor may need to receive either additional documents from you or need to set up that Zoom interview. If you do not hear back from the admission counselor within 1 or 2 weeks, you should definitely send an email or call the admission counselor. As you see, the admissions counselor contact is located over here to the right-hand corner of your status page. And they can follow up and see if there's any missing materials. Thank you for completing your application. I'm going to give you a little information about what you can expect next. Once we've received all of your documents and your completed application, we will review it academically. We will then invite you to participate in a small Zoom meeting. This meeting is nothing to be worried about, but it gives us a chance to ask you a few questions about your purpose for studying English, as well as to give you an opportunity to ask some questions of us about the program. We also believe that this is a helpful step for you when you go in to make your visa application down the road, as you will know more information about the university and you can talk about why you selected it as a place to study. After all of your information and the small Zoom meeting has been achieved, then we will send you an admission decision. If you've been accepted, we will also send you a link to fill out that is an I-20 request form. With this form, we make sure that we have all of the information that we need in order to properly prepare an I-20 document for you. And the I-20 is what you use to apply for the U.S. F1 student visa. If you are here as a U.S. permanent resident or a U.S. citizen, you will not need to worry about this particular step, but we will ask you to do a small Zoom meeting with us as well. And again, if you've got any questions along the way, do not hesitate in contacting the office by phone or by sending an email to cge@capital.edu. Thank you.